Hello, guys, and welcome back to another SNHS Podcast. This will be featuring Andrew Musla, and
Felix and Bola.
today we'll be going over B.10c, which are levels of organization. Now, to go more in depth, TEAC B.10c analyzes the levels of organization in biological systems and relate the levels to each other and to the whole system. Now, I want to test your prior knowledge before we get started on this slide. If you guys can please pause the video and take 30 seconds to arrange the numbers in order from the least complex to the most complex. We'll now be showing the answers on the next slide.
To start, we will begin from molecules and then moving our way up to cells, group of cells, organisms, population, community, ecosystem, and then biosphere. To start with level 1, we have molecules. Molecules are the smallest particle of a substance that has all the physical and chemical properties of that substance. Some examples include hydrogen atoms, oxygen atoms, and then nucleic acid.
Moving on are cells, and I'm sure you guys have heard the word cells throughout the entire year in biology, but cells are the smallest unit that can live on its own and that makes up all living organisms and the tissues of the body. Some examples of cells are sperm cells, nerve cells, and muscle cells.
Next, we have groups of cells. This includes muscular tissues, which produces movement of the body parts, connective tissues, which forms a framework for the organs and muscles, and nervous tissues, which coordinates bodily activities. We also have your organs and organ systems.
Now moving on to the basics, an organism. An organism is an individual, such as an animal, plant, or single-celled life form. Examples of individuals of organisms are foxes, tulips, and humans.
Next, we have population. Populations are groups of organisms of the same type that live in the same area. For example, you may say that 2,500 zebras live in Texas, or you may also say that 12 million penguins are in Antarctica. The population size is dependent on 3 factors: births, deaths, and migration.
Now, a community. A community is an interacting group of various biotic factors in a common location. For those of you guys who don't know, a biotic factor is anything that's living. For example, in the pond, I see 5 sharks, 3 fishes, and 2 whales. Those are all biotic factors that live in the same area, which is a community.
For an ecosystem, it is a system which environments which include non-living things and organisms which are living things formed through their interaction. An example is the Amazon rainforest, as it includes living things and non-living things such as heavy rainfall, humid air, and warm temperatures.
Last but certainly not least is biosphere. Biosphere is made up of all parts of Earth where life exists, so it's all ecosystems put together. An example, Earth. Now, as we wrapped up this presentation, I want you guys to take the next 30 seconds to answer this question. I'll read them out loud, but you can pause the video and work on it and take as long as you need. How do different levels for molecules to the biosphere contribute to the overall functioning and adaptability of living organisms? A. The population level serves as the level in which many diverse species interact in the same area. B. Cells are the smallest particle of a substance. C. The biosphere encompasses all lives and ecosystems on Earth. And D. An ecosystem is a group of the same species living in the same area. Now we'll be moving on to show you guys the answer.
The answer for this question is C. This is because the biosphere encompasses all ecosystems on Earth, and it represents the global sum of all living organisms and their interactions with the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere.
Now please pause this video and pull out your phones to scan the QR code and fill out this Google form. And that wraps up this SNHS podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. Thank you guys for watching.